Yo, 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 yo. I stay. Work. Yeah. I stay.
T3 Media.
Through the media.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. I stay. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Blah.
Yep. Yeah, the music is coming through, but my sound isn't. Now my sound is coming in now. And I got Super Soup saying that, yeah, you can't hear us, but yeah, I got my sound working now.
What it do? This your boy Straight Money K Dog, and this right here is I Stay Lit. Yo.
Hello.
There you go. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, I think we got it. Okay.
Work.
Guys, let us know if you can hear the sound. I have to switch to a totally different microphone. So this is absolutely okay. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, welcome to Talk to Me. Your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I'm gonna just rush through that whole thing real quick. I'm your host, Chris Fagan, and I'm sorry about the sound difficulties and technical difficulties, but you know it happens when we're streaming live. I first introduced to the show my doppelganger, my Loki variant from TikTok and other places. Ariana, I'm sorry about the sound problem, but I think we got it fixed right now. How are you doing?
I'm great. Second introduction is always even better, even than the first. Happy to be here.
I hope you're not frozen there. And Al is with me. Al, are you still there with us? Is he? I think Al just dropped out.
Oh, I think so. Wants to
Oh,
try and get him back.
if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm gonna give him a minute and say because Soup says the sound is good now. He can hear me,
Okay,
but
good.
but with Al
Perfect.
but with Al missing, it kind of messes up the whole panel thing. So if he doesn't come
The
back,
setup, yeah.
I gotta do the whole setup again, the way it was gonna be. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
stall a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can I'm gonna give him a minute and see if he can come back.
Tizzy, yes, Tizzy indeed.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, we got a whole show. I try to keep it into a tight 30, and I can't even. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna.
I think I'm bringing back
Yeah.
to
You
the
think?
stream.
Yeah. This. There he is. He's back. Let's see if it works.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is your mic on? I think your mic is off, Al. There you
Man,
go.
as much money as we pay for this internet, that better never happen.
This boy. Hey, we stole for you for a second. Let's see if we can salvage this. 3, 2, 1, and we're back from
Yeah.
Dark Side Reviews. Al, what is going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, how is everybody? Glad to be here. Man, I don't know what happened with the internet, but I'm like, look, Comcast, you better come through because we're not shelling out all that money for the speed to be glitchy like that.
They're like if you pay the bill all the time, it might
Yeah,
work.
no, that's a good question. I hope we paid it. Actually, my wife pays that bill, so I'll let me talk to her.
He's like, don't be spreading those rumors about me, Chris. Don't be starting that. I'm not that stereotype, man. But you can already tell I've been sweating it out when the problem started happening. I was like, oh, there goes the beats. That's when you guys know I'm panicking. I'm a sweater. I am a sweater. So let me cool down. Talking to the Media is brought to you by Monster and a lot of alcohol. And let's get started real quick. I'm going to just dive into the first topic real quick. But before that, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you hit me up during the live chat if you want to just give us your pointers on the topics that we're about to talk about. After the show, if you want to hit us up on Facebook, you can go at T3 Medias. You can email us t3medias.com/contact. We're on, we have super chats. If you want to support the channel, we appreciate that. And if you want to become a Patreon, think about that. You know, it helps a little bit. I'm trying to get a new microphone, as you can tell. But let's get into the first main topic. And it's brought to you by the one and only Amy Newman. She helped me out with a voiceover. So she's not here with us this week, but she was still able to contribute. So let me do that for you guys real quick. First topic of the week. There we go. It's a little bit about the Flash. Check it out.
From Screen Rant, fans get their best look yet at Sasha Calle's full Supergirl suit in new set images for The Flash. Ezra Miller first made their DCEU debut as Barry Allen in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of
I can't hear the
Justice.
audio.
And Miller will take
Yeah,
center
me
stage
neither.
in
I
The
wasn't
Flash,
sure
but
if
the
it was
inclusion
just,
of several big
I
name
didn't know if it
DC
was
heroes
just-
is
Not playing
spreading a
yet.
great deal of excitement among fans. For one thing, the
Okay.
project will include 2 Batmans, Ben Affleck's and Michael Keaton's. The Flash will also serve as the introduction for the DCEU's Supergirl. Newcomer Sasha Calle will take to the skies for the film, and her costume has been revealed through various official teases and set videos.
So what do you think about Sasha in costume as Supergirl?
There we go.
Leave your comments right here in the box
Did you-
below. We'll
Soups
talk about
is
it
saying
on
we can't
upcoming
hear.
We Got your
Yeah.
minute.
From Screen Rant, fans get their best look
Are you
yet
se-
at
are you
Sasha
serious?
Calle's
Okay.
full Supergirl suit in new set images for The Flash.
It's not
Ezra
one
Miller
thing, it's
first
another.
made their-
Guys, I'm sorry about that. So Ezra Miller from the Flash movie was spotted on set. We had pictures of Michael Keaton. We had pictures of Sasha Calle as Supergirl, and people were pretty excited about it and talking about it online. That's pretty much what Amy was saying. Amy, I am sorry that I don't know what Al did, but it.
It's absolutely my fault.
But it seems to have spread throughout the whole show. So, guys, let's just salvage it as best I can. I'm gonna do a lot of editing after this show. But for the live stream, and Soup says I don't like the red part. He said, oh, he's already hating on it. I don't like the red part of the suit. What do you guys think about those photos that came out for the Flash movie. Any comments? Let's start with ladies first. What do you think, Ariana? What do you think about those photos?
I don't really like the suit that much either, and I feel like the built-in abs are a little much. It's just I can't get behind the design. I can't. I'm trying.
And sometimes now you guys in the live chat, let me know if you do see it. Usually that we do the Zoom chat, we'll see glitching, but sometimes they don't see it. So if you see it here, ignore it. Sometimes they don't see it. So if we focus on that, it'll just distract us. But if you guys do see glitching, let me know that, and we'll blame that on Al too. But no, I'm with you on that. I heard that people were talking about the abs thing too. I heard that was just mostly because of the kind of suit she was wearing for that scene, that flying scene, that rig that she was attached to, that the actual walking around and just being her normal Supergirl self, that suit would be different. I heard that this one was extra bulky for what they were trying to do or needed to do. So maybe not, or maybe she's just gonna be that ripped. Al, what do you think, Al? What do you think about this MMA Supergirl we got?
It doesn't look bad to me. I'm looking at it now too. I mean, I do agree with Ariana though. The abs. I'm hoping that maybe that's part of a harness, something like that, and they green screen that out because like that doesn't look natural. So, but
I have some Instagram photos of some bodybuilders that would change your mind.
That would change their mind. I don't think it looks bad. I mean, I have heard some people say that it's reminiscent of Spidey's suit, and they don't really like that aspect of it. But I think it looks all right.
I mean, it is technically comic book accurate. There is a new version of a Supergirl comic book. Whether it was, I think that was it Kara Lane, Zora, like L or something like that. That would be the daughter. Now that's the whole question. Is this a future Supergirl, like the daughter of Henry Cavill's Superman? Because obviously this is linked. Looking at that suit, it's linked to Henry Cavill, and it's giving me some feels. I'm hoping that they're still teasing that someday he'll come back. But I might be hoping. But what do you guys think? Is it more likely that this is an alternative Earth and she is Supergirl, the cousin, and she just looks different, or is she the daughter of Superman? Or how about follow me here? A lot of people didn't get this comic book, but when Man of Steel first came out, there was a comic book that was linked to the movie. When Superman first went into the Fortress of Solitude, he saw that some pods had dead Kryptonian bodies in it, but one pod was open, and it was supposed to be Supergirl that's been on this planet for thousands or million, whatever years. Do you think which Supergirl do you think is most likely to be? Ariana, what do you think about that theory?
I'm thinking the last one. That I haven't given which Supergirl I think it would be, but you convinced me with the last one. It didn't take much, but honestly,
From Screen Rant,
I think that'd be a cool direction to take it in. Definitely.
Full Supergirl
what about you, Al? What Supergirl do you think it might be?
I think you're probably right. I think it probably is the last one. What I think is interesting here will be, and I don't want to take us off on a rabbit trail, so bring me back if I do. But what I think it'll be interesting is to see how I call them the purist, the comic book purists will respond to stuff like this, because folk like to get angry if things are not lock, step, and barrel with the source material. So we'll see.
I'm thinking it might be an alternative. If this scene is, because you got, look right there, you got Barry Allen out there in the suit, you got Supergirl out there, and you got Bruce Wayne, you got Michael Keaton's future. I'm thinking this might be an alternative Earth, and Batman is older, and Superman had a kid. Maybe they'll say that it's. I don't know. I don't know where I'm landing on. I'm every day I'm probably gonna jump around because. But Michael Keaton there, technically, that is a little bit of a link to Christopher Reeves, because they were planning on doing a tie-in between that Superman and that Batman on paper. They were talking about it a lot. But with, obviously with them changing the actor so many times, I'm thinking they'll say it's Henry Cavill. I don't know. I'm thinking this is the future. This is an alternative Earth, and it's the future. I think he time traveled, and I think he went to another dimension. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm excited for it though. I love the fact that the suit looks very similar to Henry Cavill's. The S looks the same, and I'm just hoping that this opens the door and people go. And then Warner Brothers will say, "Man of Steel 2, we're gonna bring it to you guys." And if you're a hater of the abs, then you just hate. Okay, how many stomach crunches can you do, Ariana? Okay. All right. I mean, if you want to just put you on the spot like that, how about that? How about that? But guys, let us know what
my gosh.
But let us know what you guys think about the suit. Are you a fan of the red? Are you a fan of the blue? Is it too Spidey-ish for you? Is it like what's going on right here with my shirt? I love it. I dig it. I think it looks great. I'm just glad that we're not talking about her hair anymore. She's not blonde. I was kind of getting sick of that. But guys, put it in the box below. Let us know what you guys think, and maybe we'll talk about it in the upcoming We Got Your Mail. Now, for topic number 2, there is no sound, so I'm glad about that. But we're gonna do a little Loki talk, guys. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have caught up to you guys said you caught up to this latest episode.
Yeah, I've seen 3 twice now already.
Me too.
Ariana, I would expect Ariana would have seen it like 13 times by now. It's been 12 hours. I'm telling you, like, guys, follow her on TikTok, because when I say she puts on a Loki clinic, I'm telling you guys. I mean, she's teaching people how to look like Loki, how to think like Loki.
I am. I've got it all covered.
What did you think about this latest episode? We'll try to not make it spoiler heavy for the first half of it, and we'll probably get into spoilers a little bit later. But your thoughts about this latest episode of Loki? What do you think? To the expert, to the variant herself, what do you think?
Well, I won't lie. I'm not 100% happy with it. I can't
saying the same thing. He said he did not like it.
It was a bit slower than the first 2, which is fine because there was some character development there. But does it come with the role of Sylvie, and then magic is so inconsistent, it feels, even within the episodes and in the MCU. But as an episode, I saw the significance of it. I think they could have done a little bit more. I think it would have been nice to maybe flash to the TVA just a little bit more as well in the episode, because it felt like this episode just went a completely different direction than the first 2. I feel like the timeline stuff is completely forgotten about, except for the thing with the device. I can't remember it, but other than that, I don't know. I just felt like this episode could have given us a little more than it did. But and I know, not spoiler heavy, I don't feel like this is a spoiler though, but the confirmation of Loki's sexuality was very important, appreciated episode. So I'm happy about that.
Was it Loki? Was it Lady Loki's sexuality, or was it Loki himself sexuality? I can't remember. Did I gloss over that part? I remember they were having the conversation. I think it was at one part, there was like, you have a person waiting for you at home or something like that. Is it a lady? Is it a prince or a princess or something like that? That's the thing you're talking about?
Yeah, Loki. Well, technically both of them, because he did say, "I assume the same for you," but
right.
One who said a little bit of both. Yeah. And
that's canon from the comic book. Loki. Loki is he gay in the comic book?
He's bisexual in the comics.
Ooh, okay. I didn't know this. See. Like, teaching you something new every day. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. And when it came up, I thought that makes sense to me. I had no feeling one way or the other on it. I just feel like Loki would be like an open person. Like he seems like he's such a phony. He's a sensitive dude, and he loves love. He pretends like he doesn't have feelings. But he is an open heart. So I wasn't surprised that he would be open for any type of love that would come his way. So when that scene happened, I wasn't surprised. I'm like, because he's that whole tough guy act and stuff, wanting to kill his brother. He's just hating.
I think he's portrayed like that, like the classic character Loki in Norse mythology. I think runs along those lines too. But I didn't know that, Ariana, because like I've never seen in the comic books, like he's never had a relationship with anyone. Have I missed that?
No, you're correct. And not with in the comics, not the man either. No, there have been instances where he was flirty with other male characters, but he was never with a guy.
Okay.
So
I just didn't know. It's interesting because this was not my favorite episode either. And I actually felt like it could have been shortened because honestly, like just without spoiling anything, I felt like hopefully this isn't too much of a spoiler, but like they spent 45 minutes or 36 minutes was the runtime, I think, outside the credits, basically running around looking for a battery. And I'm thinking, what is happening here? But I completely agree with Ariana. What I noticed from this episode is that when you remove the TVA from the story, or at least the way this episode was built, it is not as interesting. So I agree with you, Ariana. I think the character building was good, but even that to me felt this felt like a filler and a setup episode for other stuff. And you may have heard other folks say that, and I totally agree. I actually think this could have been 30 minutes, and they could have chopped some of this down, and it could have been 30 minutes and given it a little more punch. But I'm thinking, man, yeah, you guys basically ran around looking for a battery for 45 minutes, and then so.
You guys don't think, and guys, we're in the spoiler territory of this conversation. Do you guys think that whole situation where I swear to you, I thought it was going to be a trick when Loki presented the device that she was asking for, and when he showed it to her broken, I thought that was a trick. I thought that might have been an illusion. Another thing that I thought might be an illusion was this whole episode when she attempted to get into his mind and it didn't work. I was thinking at the end of the episode, I was like, maybe it did work. Maybe this whole thing is a setup, but then that reveal didn't happen. So, or will it? In the next episode, we don't know. It seems to be real, but I don't know. I feel like we got two Lokis on screen. It was very trickery, but you guys bring up a real good point. I didn't think about it now until I like this episode. I thought it was I'm not gonna say it was the best episode. Honestly, scenes with Loki and with Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson just talking all day. I can watch a whole hour of that because those two have a great back and forth. But you're right. Without the TVA really being in there, it didn't really feel like this episode fit with the first two that we got. It was noticeable when Owen Wilson wasn't there. It was.
I do feel like this episode is a setup, but I think that the big area of interest for a lot of people in this show, whether you're a big fan of the source material or not, is what is going on with the TVA. So, and when you take that out, it's not as interesting. But I don't think that this episode was necessarily unnecessary, because I understand kind of it may have been foundational as we move forward, but folks want to know what's going on with the TVA. At least that's what I think. So
you're right. And any theories? I don't know, Ariana. I don't know if you said you had any theories about anything or not. But I presented it on social media because the timeline, the sacred timeline is throughout the entire universe. But everything in the TVA seems to be dealing with humans and humanoid type of people. Where are all these humans coming from? I'm sure it's because of a low budget on a TV show, but there seems to be no aliens at all in the TVA. But yet the timeline is for the entire universe. And wherever they are in the timeline, where's all this oxygen coming from? That was my other theory. Why is it that there's so much oxygen, a rare element throughout the universe, and it's everywhere? Seems to be on every planet in the TVA. There's no aliens. What's going on? I know Loki is technically an alien, but what the hell? I need answers, Ariana, and I know you got them.
That's a good point. Everything seems to be too perfect when it comes to TVA. And yeah, we didn't get much in terms of like what happens after they bomb the sacred timeline. But now we know that all of the workers are variants. It just makes you wonder, like, what I still am. I haven't decided who I think the main villain is. I'm easily persuaded for all conversations. I know a lot of people have brought up King, which I could definitely see, but I don't know. At the same time, I really don't know. But that's a good point about where are all of the other
beings.
Where's the extraterrestrial life? I don't
Right.
know. But something else you said earlier about the tempad being broken or not, I think it's an illusion. I still do. Because after I finished the episode for the second time, I was like, where did all of Loki's manipulation go? Like, when did he just become this super soft character all of a sudden? And I think, and then I thought back when it said that both of the variants stall for time. I think he's definitely stalling for time. I think he might have a plan that he is waiting for all of the pieces to fall into place, but I do not think that tempad is broken. I'm almost certain that is an illusion. And I also think he has purposely shared information about himself to Sylvie because she's starting to open up a little bit more. I'm sure everything he said about his mom was genuine, but he knew that it would soften her a little bit because she shared that she never really had a mom around. So I still think that there's more that meets the eye with what the main Loki variant is doing. At least I'm hoping. Maybe it's just me coping for how I feel about that episode, but I definitely think that there's a plan he has that still needs something to happen. I think maybe he's waiting for someone to come, or I don't know. Like, I know in the trailers we've seen him with a sword. I don't know if that's related to how they might get off of Lamentis, but I do not think that tempad is broken.
Oh, go ahead.
You know what? So now you've made me think, Ariana. That's an interesting point. It could all be an illusion. And now I'm thinking about the first part of that episode, and I can't remember what Sylvie says to him, but I believe he says this to her right before they fall through that portal, something to the effect of "I need you," and then they kind of fall through to Lamentis.
Yes,
and that could be that could be the start of the illusion, and him really just kind of poking around in her head trying to find out information. So
your theory is Loki figured out how to get into her head using her, are you saying is she in his head?
No. I think that he could be in her head, and her going through, or them falling into and through the portal into Lamentis is all an illusion of his creation. But to her, because they've been hopping through portals, she doesn't pick it up that she's that she's part of an illusion. She's just going through a portal like she always has, but it's not what she's normally gone through. Loki has done this, and he's using this to get information from her. I just thought about that when Ariana made when she talked about what she talked about, and I remembered that line, and I was like, oh wow. It
would make sense because Loki did do a lot of studying on disasters and all, and so based on all that library work that he did in the previous episode, he would have known to create that illusion for that planet that they landed in and create that whole thing.
I just want to make a quick comment. I'm sorry, Chris, about the TVA and why I don't think you don't see any other beings in there outside of the TVA agents and Loki, and that's because I think that primarily when people come through that zone, they're there for some reason. Maybe they went off the timeline and they were brought there, but everybody else in the TVA they're either variants or not. So you don't typically see other beings in there. You saw like a scroll, I think, in like
scroll.
Super Soups brought that up and said, "Hey, there was a scroll." I'm like, an air-breathing scroll. Good,
right?
Yeah.
but so I think that just from what we've seen for story purposes is probably why you haven't seen other stuff, and who knows how stuff works in the TVA. Supposedly, Ariana, you can confirm this if I'm wrong, but supposedly the TVA, or the theory is the TVA is in the quantum realm. So who knows what's going on? And the variants probably don't even need to breathe air. The variants are not human. At least I don't think they are. We think they look like humans, but they're not humans.
That's
from what I So
but you know what, you bring up something else. There was another theory from, I forgot where I saw this one. It might have been TikTok. But someone said that their theory is that if you are a variant and you go into the TVA, if you're an alien from another, let's say you're a lizard person, a slug, or whatever kind of an alien, when you go into the TVA, you see everybody that you talk to as similar to what you look like.
That could be.
That's an easy way to explain
Oh.
it. If Marvel wanted to take that easy way out, like whatever you are or whatever you're mentally used to seeing naturally is what you will see in the TVA. Everybody's a slug person. Everybody's a bird. Everybody's whatever the variant is. That's a simple way to. That's a clever way to explain it.
Well, wouldn't Loki? I mean, he's a frost giant. So how does that explain seeing
in the
other
middle of me
humans?
saying it, I was thinking that, but because he was raised with the Asgardians, so he would see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I have a friend who's bilingual. He's Puerto Rican. He speaks Spanish. Spanish was his first language. But then when he came to where my neighborhood where we both grew up in, he was bilingual. He is bilingual. He still speaks Spanish. But I remember when we were teens and up to our 20s, I remember having a conversation with him. I said, I heard something interesting about bilingual people, that you will dream in the language that you default to. And I asked him, I said, so what language do you dream in? And he said, I used to dream in Spanish, but now I dream in English. So it's like, I think because of what Loki's used to, I think he would just see a bunch of humans. That's just my theory. If that theory is real, we could just be barking up a tree that ain't even there right now. But go ahead.
I was also thinking now I'm thinking that my theory about Loki controlling her is wrong. And the reason I say that now is because they would have had to have gone through that portal. That would have had to have been real because they can't use their magic.
Yeah.
Right.
Tries to use hers on that card.
I'm thinking everything after they went into that portal because she made contact with him. She walked up to him slowly. And I'm sorry to be a weirdo. I'm the weirdo of the panel. I'm gonna just admit it. I thought they were gonna kiss. I'm sorry.
No, thank you for bringing that up because I have felt unsettled by that whole episode. I don't know what the writers are setting up for, but if it's what I'm thinking, I'm not liking it.
Now this was brought up on the John Campea show. Like, if you, we're gonna get into that. All right, buckle in, guys. We're about to get weird. So if you are in a different timeline or a different dimension and you bump into yourself, you fall in love with this. I read a book called The Man Who Folded Himself that went through this similar thing. Is that like kissing your brother or your sister, is like ancestor, or is that like touching or kissing yourself? What are your thoughts before we move on to the next topic? I'll let you decide, Al. Go for it. You go first.
Well, I think, first of all, I think it's weird. Yeah, if it's yourself, I do think that's weird. But I still think I am not sure. Mm-hmm. And I know this might be divergent. So if you disagree with me, let me know. I'm still not sold that Sylvie is a variant. If she is Sylvie from the comics, who doesn't really, is not really in there much. Marvel didn't do much with her, but she is not. Loki would have created her, but I guess that could technically make her a variant. Or is she Enchantress? I'm not sure. And Marvel is famous for red herrings, for leading us down one path and then switching on us.
Well,
so
I
Ariana.
I heard that in other countries on Disney Plus that the credits revealed her. Was it Sylvie before we knew it was Sylvie, or did they reveal her as Enchantress on the credit? I heard that because here in America, in the credits it said variant. It said she's playing a variant. But in other countries, people were calling into the John Campea show and was like, no, in my country, it says Sylvia, or it says Enchant, or it says this and that. So it's like, what is going on? I'm glad you brought that up, Al. So do you think it's Enchantress?
I personally think we don't know. And like I said, Marvel was very good at the bait and switch. They did a lot of that in WandaVision too. And we all had these theories and none of them came true. At least none of mine did. That's true.
Right. Well, one of my theories did come true. I felt like everybody in the TVA were variants, and that was proven today. Okay, so I'm gonna let the Loki expert close out. Final thoughts, real quick, Ariana. So you said overall.
Real quick. Oh no.
Final thoughts for this episode overall.
Okay. Final thoughts overall. I mean, I feel like I said at the beginning, but just jumping off of what Al said really fast, I'm not completely convinced that she's a variant either. And there's one thing she said. This is our closing thought. It'll be our closing thought. I'm not trying to open a can of worms. But when they were talking about how she learned her enchanting powers, she said, "I taught myself." And in the comics, Loki gives Sylvie the powers of Amora the Enchantress. Now that could be a play on words. She said, "I taught myself," and it's telling Loki that she's a Loki variant. There could be another Loki that taught her those powers, because she said is, "I taught myself."
Oh, I gotta follow this up. Can I?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ariana, because
we're already over time. Let's go. Let's hear it.
So you know, it's funny you bring up a good point, because it is interesting if she said that she taught herself, and I remember her saying that. So in the comics, the big thing is Loki creates her and he gives her those abilities, but she does not have a teacher like Loki's mom was to him. In the comics, when you see her using a lot of her stuff, most of that stuff is self-taught. She did not have the guidance of like a Doctor Strange. So it could be that she is that character.
The way you guys said that, I didn't notice it until you just brought it. I taught myself. And with all these variants, that could have meant literally, or it could have been literally on another level. Another Loki taught me.
Yeah.
I feel like what this
but what I'll say is true though. She did teach herself, but I do feel like I'm still holding out on King Loki. I'm expecting him, and I think that's where she came from. She didn't just appear out of nowhere.
It cut out for a second. You said you were holding out for King Loki.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is like the classic or evil version of Loki. We see an agent of Asgard, and oh man, what was I to say? The other reason I think that is because she said she's been running from the TVA her entire life. So that means I'm not sure what her entire life means to her. I'm assuming she had a chance to grow up. I'm assuming time is weird with the show, we already know, but I feel like that leads to even further evidence that she was created by Loki, or given those powers by a Loki variant we haven't met yet.
That would make sense because people are speculating her being a female Loki technically would be a variant from birth. So technically the TVA should have handled that the second she was born, if she was naturally born. That's a lot of people's theories right there. Like, hey, Loki's supposed to be male in this timeline, in the main timeline that we're trying to protect. So we have a female Loki over here. So from birth, she should have been handled. So maybe she wasn't born. Maybe she was created or something like, or given her powers later, and she adopted the name. There's a lot of theories that's going on.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities.
There's so many.
Yeah.
I'm still hoping out for the kissing. I'm just gonna say it. I just want to see it happen to make Ariana.
No,
I want her to go
is going
crazy.
to ruin it.
See, look at her mind. Boom. You don't want any romance between these two variants, huh? Okay.
I don't think it's gonna happen, Ariana.
I don't think it's gonna
weird.
happen.
No.
I just think if Thor found out, he'd be like, really, Loki? I think it would just be a funny conversation. Can you imagine what Rocket Raccoon would say? Ooh.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that would be funny. That would be funny.
Question is, guys, let us know what you guys think about the whole episode 3 of Loki on Disney Plus. I thought it was pretty good. I agree with these guys for the most part. It didn't. I missed Owen Wilson. I'll just say it like that. But put your thoughts in the box below, and we'll talk about it some more on We Got Your Mail, maybe. So let me go into the final topic of the week. I'm sharing a trending video that was on TikTok. I forgot the alias. I think it's like Tony Ellis Martinez on his TikTok channel. I might have the name wrong. He had a viral video, and I think you guys can hear the sound. So I'm going to set it up. He had a viral video, and I think you guys are watching it for the first time. Watch this video that he put on TikTok, and let me know what you guys think about this. He's at an amusement park. And let me know if you can hear the sound.
Okay. So I cannot hear the sound.
I can't hear the sound.
Well, it's a roller coaster. But look at his face. So he's on all these amusement rides. And look at him. This is what's trending on TikTok. Right
What?
now. Just look at his face. This guy is. Look at this.
How is this possible? Tell me. How is this possible?
This guy is crazy. But I thought this was hilarious, guys. What do you?
That's like zero affect.
I mean, totally underwhelmed. It's trending on TikTok right now, and I think on his account, I think that's like one of maybe a couple videos that he has on it. But he has a lot of followers on it. But it was a hilarious. I don't know what it is about this video that it just drives me crazy. I love watching it. It makes me laugh every time I see it. What do you think about this? Look at this guy. Look at him.
Now.
Tony.
I wish that could be me. I don't ride roller coasters or anything like that because I'm terrified. So I wish that this could be me.
How about you, Al? What are your thoughts on roller coaster rides? Can you pull this off?
When I was a kid, man, I used to love them. Now I don't know if my nerves can take it.
You know what? Same. You know what? I don't know what it is. When I worked overseas, I had to fly all the time. It's Tony Ellis Martinez on TikTok. Guys, go check him out. He's fun. He's hilarious. But I could fly all the live long day. After I had kids and stuff, I don't know what it was. I went on a plane ride recently. I was more afraid than I was my first time flying, and I was afraid that first time. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm just older. I'm like I don't feel like getting on a plane anymore, or maybe it was because of the money I was making. Where I worked in Iraq for the military, and I was making they paid real good. So I was like, I don't give a damn if I have to be on that train that Loki and the other Loki had to get on that planet. I'm gonna get on that. But I'm the same now that I'm a little older. I can't do roller coasters the way I used to. I don't know what it is about it. Am I a wuss? Can I not pull this look off the way Tony is? I probably couldn't. I'd probably be peeing myself. But it would make for another funny TikTok. I just wanted to get your guys' reaction to it because I thought it was hilarious. This guy is funny. So check it out. Tony Ellis Martinez. He's all heroes don't wear capes. Sometimes they just look right at the camera like a like a zombie and just prove to us that, roller coasters aren't as scary and intimidating as they could be. Guys, that is the show. I appreciate. I know we went a little longer. I try to keep it a tight 30, but this Loki conversation was too good to pass up. And I want to thank my guests for bearing with me throughout all the glitches that Al brought to us. And Al, if people, I know you. I mean, you got you up to like 13,000 on your followers, right? So that all my followers out there know how they can find you online and what you're about on your channel.
So you guys can find me at Dark Side Reviews on YouTube. We cover a lot of comic book stuff, comic book news. And yeah, I mean, you can find me there. And we would love to have you guys come by and check us out. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, even though I'm barely ever on Twitter. And I'm barely really ever on Instagram too. So, but if you want to DM me or something like that, you can DM me. But we would love to have you come join the Dark Siders. We have a lot of fun, great community. That's where I am on YouTube, Dark Side Reviews.
And Ariana, if people want to find you online, where can they do that?
So I am mainly on TikTok, and my username is Roses Sin, spelled with 2 N's at the end. And I talk a lot about different Marvel comics. Right now, I'm all about Loki because we're watching the series. And yeah, I'm happy to discuss any comics you want. I also talk about the movies and shows. And then on Instagram and Twitter, it's the same username, Roses Sin, with 2 N's at the end. So that's where you can find me.
And guys, if you want to find me, you guys know where you can do that. You can at me at Chris Fagan 1980 on social media, or if you want to discuss something for the show, at T3Medias. And go to our website and our blog. We update it every week like we do on the YouTube channel for entertainment news and reviews. Last one from Super Soup says, I'll check it out. I don't know if he's talking about Ariana or if he's talking about
I don't know.
Al, but he's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna check it out. So there we go. I'm gonna give that Coming to America. Aha. Aha. So somebody's got to do following. Once again, I want to thank my panelists for bearing with me throughout my technical difficulties and helping me out with this episode. I had a lot of fun talking about Loki, TikTok, and Supergirl and the Flash. It was a blast, guys. Once again, I'm Chris from Talking to the Media. Check out the below. I think I misspelled Ariana's. I said I was gonna fix it before, but if you check the description of this video on YouTube, the correct link is there. So I apologize for that, messing up the lower third. I humble myself before you, Ariana, and I beg your forgiveness.
I'll think about it.
There we go. So she will think about coming back. I'm sure after I turn the cameras off, she's gonna yell at me. So I'm reluctant to turn off the live stream. Well, guys, again, thank you for joining the show, and until next time, man. Peace.